Hey guys, what's going on? So I hope you all checked out my recent unboxing of the Poco F1 by Xiaomi, and I hope you liked the video. In this video, I'm gonna share some of the issues that I've been facing with the phone. So I'm gonna share about 9 or 10 issues that I've been facing with this phone. Not all of them are deal breakers. Most of them appear to be some kind of software glitches, which I hope Xiaomi will be able to solve in the coming time, but I would still like to bring them to your attention because this might be a deal breaker for a few of you in case Xiaomi fails to fix them. Some of them are hardware issues, so I hope you guys do have a nice time watching this video, and I hope that this can help you make a more informed decision about whether or not you should go for this phone. The first issue which I've been facing is that there is no battery percentage indicator on the notch of the phone. So as you can see here, we do have the battery icon, but there is no way to enable the percentage on that icon, unlike how we can see in many of these Android phones these days. To see the percentage of your battery, you will have to scroll down the top menu just like this so that you can see the percentage of the battery available. The second problem is that you cannot completely disable the notch. Xiaomi does claim to provide that option, but I didn't find it to be really effective. Let me just show you how it's done. So what you need to do is you need to search for hide screen notch and then select the hide notch button, which will be available right over here. As you can see, even when I have this option enabled, the notch is still visible. There is still time and various icons on the notch. Especially when I drop down, the notch is completely visible. So there is no way to completely disable the notch. As you can see, the notch is only disabled from certain menus, and that too, only the background color is changed to black and the notch will still be visible, which is not really good, especially when they have given this explicit option to hide the screen notch. I would expect Xiaomi to completely disable this notch in the coming future. The third problem is, and this is a major one for me, Asphalt 9, which is one of my most favorite games on Play Store, is not available. Let me just sign into this phone. I did a factory reset hoping that maybe I am having some issues with the phone because of which it's not displaying, but I don't think that was the case. So just give me one moment, guys. Let me just sign in. So I'm gonna search for Asphalt 9, but as you can see, I'm not even able to find the game. If I go to Google Chrome and explicitly search for Asphalt 9 and try to use that, let's see if I can get that. So yeah, Asphalt 9 is available on Chrome, but when I go to Google Play Store, it says your device isn't compatible with this version. Even on my previous phone, which was a Redmi Note 3, this game is compatible. I don't know why it's not compatible with one of these newer phones that have one of the best processors in the world. The fourth problem is that the case and the screen are kind of sticky magnets. So what happens is each time you touch it kind of has a fingerprint left on it. So it becomes a bit annoying at times, but it's fine. If you have a wiping cloth or something like that, you can definitely wipe them off. But in case you're outside, in case it's kind of hot and your hands might get a little sweaty, or maybe you just have some kind of moisture on your hands, so they will get sticky and it does get annoying over time. The fifth problem is that the vibration on this phone is very hard even if you set it to the lowest levels. Me personally, I like to keep the vibration of the keyboard to somewhere around 3 to 4 ms to just have that slight feedback from the keyboard. But even if I set it to 1 ms in this phone, the vibrations are pretty hard. If I compare it to my previous phone, which was a Redmi Note 3, I can say that 1 ms on this is almost equivalent to 8 ms on that, and there is no way to go lower than 1 ms. The sixth problem is that the lock screen message, I'm not able to set the lock screen message for some reason. Let me show you guys. So if you go to settings and if you search for lock screen message, So it does show you on the settings menu, it does show you the lock screen message, which should be available in additional settings and under that privacy and under that lock screen message. So if I go directly, I'm not able to find it. If I explicitly try to search for that, additional settings, privacy, and as you can see, there is no lock screen message. This is really bad, guys, because usually what happens is when you're in a public place, maybe your office or maybe you're in a relative's house, maybe there's a party going on, and sometimes what happens is that you just leave your phone somewhere and forget. So it's really helpful if you have a lock screen message. So it does show my name over here, but I'm not able to really set that anywhere. Probably while signing in I set this name, but yeah, I'm really not sure how to set that message. I don't know how to have a custom message on that. The seventh problem is the annoying position of the speaker phones. So as you can see, the speakers are located just besides the Type-C charging port. So what happens, guys, is that when you're gaming, you kind of tend to hide or cover the speaker positions, which does reduce the volume greatly. This is not really fun, guys, because if you want to hear it well, you might have to move your finger somewhere on top of the screen, which is not really comfortable. It does block your screen as well, and at times you might have some phantom touches on the corner of the screen. So I would hope phones to manufacture them or design them in such a way so that the speakers are placed at the back of the phone. It does give this a more convenient location, I would say. I personally prefer that, but I guess it's from user to user. The eighth problem which I've been facing is the smaller fingerprint sensor. So compared to my previous phone, the fingerprint sensor is much smaller. And if you compare my finger size to the sensor, obviously you can see that there is a pretty evident difference. It's not a deal breaker in any way, but it is kind of uh, it does not feel really premium that way. It doesn't fit my finger that well. It does do the job, but I would have appreciated if there was a bigger fingerprint sensor. The ninth and the last problem, and this is the reason why I'll be returning this phone to Flipkart, is the super sensitivity of the touchscreen. I'm not sure if this is the problem with all the Xiaomi Mi Poco phones, the Xiaomi Poco F1 phones, but at least in my phone, I'm able to see this issue. What happens, guys, is that suppose I'm hovering my finger on top of the keyboard and I still maintain a distance of 10 mm or something like that, the key still does get pressed. This is really hard for me to demonstrate, guys, because I would need multiple cameras, that too with high precision to demonstrate this. But let's say that I'm at a distance like this, where I'm not actually touching the key, it will still get triggered sometimes. And this doesn't happen very frequently, it does happen only sometimes. So I'm not sure if this is a bug, because if it was an intended feature, I would expect it to happen multiple times, or rather all the time. I did Google trying to fix this problem, and what I found is that this is something called as glove mode, which is enabled in various phones. I don't think that Poco tried to give this explicitly, because when I go to settings and if I go to display and search for glove mode, I'm not able to find that option here. There's a good possibility that it's just a bug in my phone. So what I've requested Flipkart is to replace this phone so that I can try with the newer phone if this issue is still persistent in that. If it is, then I don't know what I'll be doing next, but if it's not, good luck to me. So that'll be all, guys. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do mention any comments or any questions that you have for me. I'll try to respond to them. Thank you very much, guys.